Welcome to the Flat Ride of the Week, episode 35, Scrambler Rides. The Scrambler was invented by Richard Hillman Harris of Georgia. The first ever Scrambler was located at the Lakewood Fairgrounds in 1938. Harris built and sold two more of his Scramblers around 1940. In 1941, he obtained a patent for the design of the Scrambler. Moving forward a bit, in 1954, the Eli Bridge Company obtained this patent from Richard and started producing hundreds of Scramblers. The majority of existing Scramblers were made by the Eli Bridge Company. The Scrambler featured 3 sweep arms connected to 4 rotating arms with rider capsules attached. The main sweep arms can spin at a speed of up to 11 revolutions per minute. The ride can be driven by a single 10 horsepower electric or gasoline motor. The first Eli Bridge Scrambler opened at Funland Park in Miami in 1955, and soon the model became extremely popular, with Eli Bridge Company receiving over 250 orders in 1956. However, they were only able to fill 25 of these orders due to limited plant capacity. Eli Bridge continued to expand their production of Scramblers and eventually was able to meet demand. They still produce 4 different models of Scramblers, with the main difference between them being the decorations and lighting, as well as the portability of the Scrambler. They also make a mini Scrambler, which is just a slower and smaller version of the regular Scrambler. It actually has the same capacity as a regular Scrambler at 36 riders per cycle. Eli Bridge Scramblers can be found at just about every major US parks, with over 200 operating worldwide. But a few of the most notable installations are Scrambler at Cedar Point, Centrifuge at Casino Pier. Now this is a rare breed of Scrambler. This is actually an indoor Scrambler. It has music as well as special effects that really add to the ride. There's also Astrosphere at Funtown Splashtown, USA. This is probably one of the best US flat rides out there. Has some of the best effects and music put together into an incredible experience. Although it's definitely not the fastest Scrambler out there, I definitely highly recommend watching a POV or visiting the park to experience this attraction. Eli Bridge continues to sell Scramblers today, but a number of competing rides have emerged over the years, though none have proven to be as popular as the Eli Bridge Scrambler. Outside of the US, Scramblers never really caught on, that is, with the exception of the UK. In the 1950s, when the Scrambler was just first taking off in America, one Eli Bridge Scrambler made its way to the UK, and just like in the US, it quickly became extremely popular. However, due to the high demand and import costs, UK showmen began creating their own versions of Scramblers, and thus the Twist was born. These rides were Scrambler rides, but with added floors, lights, and other theatrical elements that were essential to any European ride. With the popularity of the Twist, many UK companies formed to start producing them, such as PWS Rides, who still makes Twists today. Seeing the rise in popularity of the Twist, American manufacturer Wisdom Rides introduced the Sizzler in 1973. The original Sizzler was basically a more modern version of the Scrambler, with a fiberglass rider capsule compared to the steel one on the Eli Bridge model, as well as thicker sweep arms that allowed for more lights and decoration to be added. Like the original Scrambler, the Sizzler does not come standard with a floor. The Sizzler has proved to be extremely popular, especially the traveling model. Wisdom even made an upgraded version with a floor, backdrop, and a more intense cycle, named the Super Sizzler. This model sadly suffered from a number of accidents, including rider ejections, that caused Wisdom to discontinue the model and recommend seatbelts be installed on all remaining Super Sizzlers. All Sizzlers also feature smaller rider capsules than the Scrambler, allowing only 2 adults per capsule compared to the Eli Bridge model that can allow up to 3. This lower capacity but better visual appeal is what made the Sizzler so unpopular with permanent parks and so popular with traveling fairs. Much like the Eli Bridge Scrambler, Wisdom Rides also made a family version of the Sizzler. This is just a smaller version of the regular Sizzler, except it does not have the upper part of the sweep arm, unlike the Eli Bridge version. Many Wisdom Rides Sizzlers are still in operation. Several other variations of the Scrambler have been made over the years, with one of the most interesting being the ARM UK ride named the Lifting Twister. This is a Sizzler type ride with the ability to lift up about 2 meters into the air. Unlike other Scrambler rides, it also has independent control over the speed of the sweep arms as well as the spinning arms, allowing for a more intense ride. Only one of these rides has been made, and it's currently traveling in the UK. I have been on more Eli Bridge Scramblers than I can count. They're at pretty much every park over here, so I've been on so many of them, going back as far as I can remember. Most of them have about the same ride experience, though some of them do run at different speeds. They all start out slowly spinning, and then gradually work their way up to a speed around 11 revolutions per minute. Of course, that's assuming it's run at full speed. Once at full speed, you'll feel some great lateral Gs and feel like you're being flung around the ride area. You'll also experience several near-miss moments with some of the other rider capsules. Some Eli Bridge Scramblers still use their original manual control. This consists of a lever that the operator moves forward or backwards to directly control the speed of the ride. Some examples of scramblers still set up like this are the Scrambler at Waldameer and Indiana Beach. A lot more scramblers, though, have been upgraded to modern PLC-based control systems. Some examples of these are the Scrambler at Cedar Point and the Scrambler at Kings Island. I have ridden a traveling Sizzler that was owned by Bates Bros Amusements of Ohio, and it's quite a bit different as far as the ride experience goes compared to a Scrambler, though when you look at it off-ride, it looks almost the same. I thought it was definitely a lot more intense than the Eli Bridge Scramblers. You definitely pull a lot more lateral Gs, and overall I thought it was definitely a bit better of a ride and definitely a lot more thrilling than your standard Scrambler. It also helps that the ride was owned by Bates Bros Amusements of Ohio, which is known for taking great care of their rides, and this ride is absolutely no exception. It's in a fantastic shape, and that really added to the whole experience. All the lights were working, and it just made it a very good ride and probably the best Scrambler type ride that I've been on so far. Alright, that's about all we have for Scramblers. If you have anything to add, go ahead and place it in the comments below, and I will be responding to those comments. As always, thanks for watching, and we will see you next week. Goodbye.